So Trump today was asked by a reporter in regards to the rising prices at the pump because of all of the situation in Iran. And verbatim, quote for quote, he said, if they rise, they rise. I don't care. Are you kidding me? For 4 long years, his supporters and him bitched at the gas prices non-stop. And now that they're going back up, MAGA is actually cheering it on. They love it because it's Daddy Trump. They don't give a... Are you... Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Can I ask you, you mentioned you were going to waive certain additional oil waivers or sanctions. Can you talk a little bit more about that and address in particular?
Well, we're looking to keep the oil prices down. We went artificially up because of this excursion into a very positive thing. I mean, this was an excursion that a lot of people wouldn't have done. I knew oil prices would go up if I did this, and they've gone up probably less than I thought they'd go up. But I don't think anybody thought we were going to be this quickly successful. This was a military success, the likes of which people haven't seen. We have the best military. We have the best equipment. We have, I believe, the best generals. We have the best. And this went very quickly. We talked about that with President Putin. He was very impressed with what he saw because nobody's ever seen anything quite like it.
Guys, can you believe it? Oh, I cannot believe the president is raising the gas prices once again. God, when are we going to get Joe Biden out of office? Wait, what? Who's president? No. It's not Trump. He campaigned on lowering prices on day one. He wouldn't lie to us. No. Really?
Missing the times when everything wasn't political. Political being a derivative of the word politics. Politics involve the governance of a society and how things are distributed and are made. Distribution of power, the policies and rules and procedures that determine how a society is ran, both locally, statewide, federally, and internationally, in many capacities, whether it's healthcare, social services, education, environmental decisions and regulations. Everything is political. The food that you eat, the air that you breathe, and the water that you drink involve politics. We elect officials who are supposed to represent the citizens who have put them into office, fairly put them into office. That is everything. Everything is political. There's usually a couple of reasons why people make comments like this. It's either lack of knowledge or an intentional attempt to devalue the impact of politics, or to silence and erase the voice of others who are speaking out against injustices that occurs as a result of bad politics. That's it. People, deny things being political because your head is in the sand, or it makes you uncomfortable because you benefit from the denial of it even being in existence. If things center around you and your demographic, and you benefit from it naturally as a default, then any challenge of that is uncomfortable for you because it challenges you and how you benefit from it.
Well, gas prices were high during the Biden administration. Why don't you report on that? Why don't you talk about that?
You mean during the pandemic, honey? During the pandemic when the gas prices were high?
We were all trapped inside, and then they let us out, and everybody and their mama wanted to travel. Is that what you're talking about? Demand was high, supply was low. Is that what you mean?
Fucking stupid, I'm telling you.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain be for long-term gain.
We're going to have some short-term pain with long-term gain.
Short-term pay for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain, yes, but we've got some long-term gain. Short-term spike for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain for American consumers. We may have to deal with that in the short term.
Short-term and temporary.
Temporary short-term pain.
It's going to suck in the short term.
Some short-term pain.
Short-term pain. We have to focus on the short term.
Short-term.
Short-term.
Short-term. Short-term and long-term.
Short-term blip. Hopefully this is a short-term pain. Short-term is highly outweighed of the long-term benefit.
Some short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain.
As a true red-blooded American patriot, I support the land of the free because of the brave. I support all the armed forces right here, got my American flag patch. Now, I just want to tell you, there is nothing more patriotic you can do than paying more for gas. That money, when the gas prices goes up, goes directly to our troops. I bet you didn't know that, right? Learn something new every day. When you pay more for gas, it goes directly to our troops because we don't pay anything for the military. The people paying for the military are Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. We don't pay anything for the military. That's why when the gas prices go up, we finally put some money into our military through the higher gas prices. So that is why it's patriotic to pay more for gas.
Grocery prices are better, gas prices are down. Affordability is a big issue, and everything is more affordable since President Trump has been in office. And we're all making a little more money, I think. The economy is improving with President Trump.
Right now, I'm not seeing much for myself. I'm a small business owner. I have a flower shop here, and I probably just experienced the worst Valentine in my 45-year career as a florist. I'm not sure if it was it being on the weekend or if it was the economy. He's the guy everybody loves to hate, but he's prepared to handle what comes his way. I'm concerned with after he gets out of office, what's on down the road for America. That's very concerning.
It's been tough. I mean, tariffs have been tough, right? I mean, it adds a whole different layer to business. But in my opinion, you flip the coin over, look at the positive side, and you make the best out of whatever's in front of you. I'm very grateful to be in business, grateful to live in America where we can actually provide a free economy.
Hey, what happened to all the MAGAs that were on here posted about how cool it was that gas prices went down a few cents under Trump? Where are you guys at now? What happened? Oh, I guess gas prices kind of went up, didn't they? Well, hey, since you love this war in Iran so much, why don't you post about how cool it was that America bombed a school and we killed over 100 children? Why don't you post about that?
Listen, so as long as these gas prices are sky high and knowing that I use 93, don't ask me to go anywhere anytime soon, okay? I can't afford it. I can barely afford to go to work, but I'm going. Don't hit me up.
What's up, America? The Iranian government has blocked the Straits of Hormuz, and they say not a single drop of oil will be getting out. So the world is now demanding that the Iranian government open up the Straits of Hormuz to allow oil to flow to the rest of the planet. The Iranian government has been attacking its neighbors. Now it's choking off all oil to the rest of the entire world, regardless if you're an ally or an enemy. Now, the new president of Iran, the son of Ayatollah Khomeini, is demanding a ramp up in hostilities. Several of Iran's neighbors have publicly come out against Iran, saying that they need to stop fucking with the entire world's oil supply just because they have a problem with America and Israel, because the global economy is starting to suffer because of their actions. But much like a narcissistic girlfriend, the Iranian government doesn't seem to give a fuck and is hell-bent on destroying the world for their own immediate gratification. So if anything, this conflict between us and Iran shows the destructive nature and capabilities of Iran on the entire global economy. Strategically speaking, in my opinion, a government like that shouldn't be controlling a choke point of the world's shipping and trade, specifically with energy. They've had a chokehold on the world for long enough. It's time to depose the Iranian government.
I wonder where all the people are that made the Joe Biden stickers and put them on the gas pumps with him doing like that. Where y'all at? Where you at? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Are you going to make some stickers with Trump doing that? Or is it okay now? It's all right now that he's doing it, huh?
The story is not that gas prices are spiking due to Trump's war in Iran. In fact, when it comes to energy prices, the real story started 13 months ago. Because Trump didn't just bomb a major oil producer that also controls the Strait of Hormuz. He did it at the worst possible time, virtually ensuring that this could only go one way. The worst one. In fact, there's a version of this crisis where millions of American families are significantly less exposed to the economic consequences of his recklessness. A version where millions of families have solar panels on their homes, and their electric costs don't move when oil spikes. And where millions more are driving EVs, and they're watching gas prices go up on the news and not at the pump. But because of Trump's malignant incompetence, that version of reality is a pipe dream. The day Trump took office, he signed executive orders that paused new wind and solar permits on federal lands, that halted offshore wind leasing entirely, and that canceled permits for wind projects that had already been approved. Then a month later, his administration froze the Solar for All program, which was designed to put solar panels on low-income homes, which housed the people who are most sensitive to energy cost spikes. That program was then terminated entirely by the big bullshit bill. But that's not all the big bullshit bill did, because it also eliminated the federal tax credit for new wind and solar projects, which effectively ended the incentive pipeline for commercial-scale new energy. The bill also killed the residential solar tax credit, which was a 30% deduction that homeowners could claim when they install solar panels on their house. It eliminated the EV purchase tax credit. So if you were going to buy an EV, and now it's more affordable to buy a gas-powered vehicle, congratulations, you're now at the whim of Trump's foreign policy and whatever Iran decides to do with that 21 miles of water. And lastly, he killed the EV charging infrastructure credit, virtually paralyzing investment in the EV grid that's required for EV adoption to be viable at scale. In an energy market that relied entirely too much on oil for the better part of a century, under Obama and Biden, the United States finally got to a place where we were less dependent on foreign oil, because both of those Democratic presidents worked to significantly increase domestic production while diversifying the energy grid, all while actually doing something to help the climate. And critically, this helped protect us from supply disruptions, not unlike the one Donald Trump just chose for us as he attacked Iran, but not before he took every alternative to oil off the table. Fact is, in this country, when it comes to the cost of energy, Donald Trump threw us all into an oil well and pulled up the ladder.
Remember when Trump took office and said he was going to lower prices day one? Remember that? All right, well, here we go. So this is a receipt from Costco. You can see on March 1st, 2026. That's the day after Trump started the war in Iran. And gas was $2.99 a gallon. I went to that same Costco and got gas today. Today is March 8th, and gas is now $3.49 a gallon. If I'm not mistaken, $3.49 a gallon is more than $2.99 a gallon. It's almost just like with everything else. Donald Trump lied, and as a result of his lies and shitty leadership, we all are paying, literally.
With the question of gas prices specifically, Caroline is saying this is a blip, but we're going to get beautiful low gas prices thanks to this war.
Now, with respect to what's happening with gas prices right now, this is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain of taking out the rogue Iranian terrorist regime and finally ending their restriction of the free flow of energy in the Middle East and in the Strait of Hormuz. And even with this short-term period throughout Operation Epic Fury, the president and his energy team are on the ball. They've announced political risk insurance for cargo vessels and oil ships that are going to be moving through the strait. They've announced that the U.S. Navy, if and when necessary, will escort those tankers to ensure that oil can move. The president is also tapping into our newfound market in Venezuela, where, again, there were a lot of panic.
Calling it a market is a bit of a stretch.
About that military operation, and look at the success. We are working in a cooperative manner with the interim authorities to bring that oil into the market.
So basically the point is, yes, gas prices are up. It's for the short term. The long term is going to be great. We're going to have dirt cheap gasoline. And so what Trump has decided for you is that your energy prices will go up, but that's simply the price of the strategy and it's worth it. Now you might say, who decided it's worth it? Trump did. That's it. This is the argument. The economic pain that he is causing you at home is worth it for the long term. That is a very different tone from we are going to absolutely reduce oil, gas, energy prices right away and keep them down and keep driving them lower. The framing now is you should accept the higher prices because they're good for you. Try it. It's good for you. And it is striking that the administration is already preparing for the absolutely disastrous economic fallout by saying it's short term and it's going to be worth it. Yes, you'll pay more, but it'll be worth it. Problem solved, at least politically, according to the White House.
Are you worried about crybaby ass? This is a short excursion into something that should have been done for 47 years. 47 years it's taken to do this, and no president had the guts to do it.
To all doubters, suck it up, losers. Gas prices will come back down.
I'm not giving it to cabinet.
At least I was the only president who stopped the Cuban Missile War.
Would anyone ever had more compliments on something like this? People felt it's something that happened. So if we have a little high oil prices for a little while. Thank you, fellas. Yeah, that's it. As soon as this ends, those prices are going to drop, I believe, lower than even before. They deserve it more than crybaby ass liberals.
Gas is $3.59 a gallon this morning. I have a question for everybody out there, anybody out there that wants to answer. I voted for Donald Trump. I voted for energy independence, which drill baby drill. We're supposed to be energy independent now. And we also just got millions of barrels of oil from Venezuela, supposedly. So why is this problem in the Middle East jacking up my gas prices?
Oh, Billy. I'm just messing with you.
So Billy openly acknowledges that he voted for Donald Trump, which means he voted for this. So, I mean, Billy, you get what you vote for. That aside, let's explain why what's going on in the Middle East affects your gas prices here. Very simple. Oil companies are greedy, and no matter how much oil that you drill from the United States, it doesn't necessarily get used domestically. They sell the oil to the highest place because a corporation is designed to make money. And if selling in the U.S. will net them less money and less profit, they're going to ship it overseas. And how are they able to do that? Because America isn't the only country on earth that needs oil. They all do. And that's why the global price and global production levels have always and will always affect the price of gas that you pay for at the pump. In fact, under Biden's term, he actually put a pause on new LNG contracts to prevent and require approval for it being exported. One of the very first things that Donald Trump did when he got into office the second time was stop that approval process, which made it a lot easier for LNG exports to continue. So the whole drill baby drill, it was never about reducing oil prices in the United States. In fact, it's always been about making sure that wealthy people get wealthier. That's it. That you voted for the economy and you don't really understand that companies in the U.S. are going to sell to the highest bidder. I mean, come on, man.
If we're energy independent, we don't buy oil from the Middle East. We shouldn't be buying oil from the Middle East. So are we just taking the oil that we produce here and selling it at a giant profit?
Yes, that is correct. And when they tell you, oh, we need energy independence while simultaneously saying we've got to ramp up production of oil, they're lying to you. They're simping for corporations and wealthy people. You see, to gain energy independence, you're not going to do it by using fossil fuels. You have to diversify your energy, which means, solar, wind, all kinds of renewable energy. But they propagandized you to hate those things, which will bring us to energy independence. And so now they're clawing that back while telling you that you get to pay more gas prices because they didn't want to invest in green and renewable energy, which will bring us to energy independence someday. But nope, not under Trump it won't, because he loves his billionaires because they give him lots of money.
Are American oil companies breaking us over the coals because of high energy prices?
Yes, but let me make an argument that you have likely made in the past. You're telling me that the corporation should sell to you at a lower price instead of making more profit by selling to another person in another country at a higher price? You're advocating for a corporation to take less money in order to benefit you? I'm sorry, but that's not the Republican way, is it? I don't think so. You guys are always like, well, it's a good thing to make money. So now you are wanting them to cut their own profits in order to benefit you? Huh. You're starting to sound like a Democrat, bro.
I know Chevron is setting up shop in Venezuela again.
I guess I don't really understand this because Chevron never left Venezuela. You know that, right? They've like always been there, but the U.S. has put sanctions on Venezuela and has been keeping them from really progressing as a nation because of the sanctions and because their export is oil, and the U.S. is like, if you buy their oil, we're going to freak out, right? So they've allowed Chevron to do some of those things without punishment. Now the change after we kidnapped their leader and are openly pirating and stealing their oil in international waters and taking over their oil production, and you're like, well, we got the Venezuelan oil. It's not our oil, bro. Stop acting as if that's our oil. None of that should come to us. Not a single fucking dime of that should come to us because it's not ours. I'm sorry. I'm not even a Christian, and thou shalt not steal is something that I agree with. What the fuck?
To be honest with you, yes, I voted for Trump. I am not behind this war, and frankly, I'm pissed off.
Billy, you should be pissed off at yourself because in Trump's first term, he unalived one of their generals in Iran. He has intimated that he wanted to go in there and destroy Iran. Israel has wanted to destroy Iran for as long as I've been alive, literally. Matter of fact, they have been stating that Iran has 2 weeks away from getting a nuke. They've been saying that since I was born. Yeah. The earliest paper that I've found, actually, I was 2 years old when they stated that Iran was just shortly away from getting a nuke. So you really should be ashamed of yourself and mad at yourself for voting for this, or not doing your due diligence and understanding what the fuck it was that you voted for. Because he unalived one of their generals completely unprovoked, which could have provoked a war. They would have had every right to attack us then. So I understand that I'm upset about this war, but you voted for this. Democrats, Kamala Harris even told you that this was going to happen. And you're like, yeah, but I'm paying like $2.80 for gas prices. And my eggs were like expensive one point during the Biden administration. So you said that Kamala was going to what? Do the same thing, even though the Biden administration's economy was better than Donald Trump's economy when Donald Trump was done in his first term? I'm sorry, but this lands at your feet, dude. This is on you, bro. Like, and I understand beating that dead horse isn't going to change anything, but I just, it irritates me when I see the shock on some of y'all's faces when this is happening, when Kamala, I believe, in one of her speeches, literally said he was going to do exactly this, and other Democrats, but you guys were so into your feelings that you couldn't listen. Oh, those wokies are going to queer your children. I mean, you just fell for everything. Donald Trump is a billionaire who is placating to billionaires, who is giving everything that you have to billionaires, and now they're going to surveil you, and now you're getting Supreme Court precedent that is going to fuck you, not in a good way either. And you're like, oh, well, I'm a little upset. And I noticed that, like, you were like, yeah, but what about the oil in Venezuela? Do you not care that we literally went into somebody's country, kidnapped their fucking president in the middle of the night, and then took over their country and are now saying that that oil is going to be run through us? That doesn't cause you any concern whatsoever? Is it if Iran had just laid down their arms, would you be like, oh, that's a great thing, now we control another country? See, I don't even think that you, with all of this, I can't even believe that you're a decent human. because you don't apparently see the problem with Venezuela either. So while you may be upset that this war is going on, it appears the only reason that you're upset about it is because it's causing your fucking gas prices to go up. Do you only care about yourself, Billy? Is that the only thing that you care about, Billy? There are other people on this fucking planet. Keep that in mind. Maybe next time you should vote for all of us collectively, not just yourself. Maybe try that next time. Oh, wait. Donald Trump fucking told you that if you vote once, you're never going to have to vote again. Remember when he said that? So get fucking ready to be more and more pissed off. And get ready for people like me to tell you, you fucking voted for it. And we told you.
Oh, Billy.
Peace.
How's the lower gas prices working out for you guys? Yay, MAGA. We just want low gas and affordable groceries and beyond. How's that going for you guys? Oh, it's not going good? It's not going good? Who told you it wouldn't go good? Who was it? Was it us on the left? Yeah, that sounds about right. How are the Epstein files going, guys? You really wanted all those files released? Remember, you had a whole fucking platform on rounding up the swamp and draining it of all the people who did these horrible Pizzagate stuff, right? Right? Oh, now it's a hoax. Now you don't believe it. Now you don't care. Okay, got it. How is small government going for y'all, MAGA? Is it good? Oh, they try to weaponize the National Guard and send military and mass men into our streets, banging on windows, running people over, kidnapping them. Small government, law and order. They're going into houses without warrants. There was a memo leak that said that's A-okay. Small government, law and order, low gas prices, affordability, Epstein files, fucking give me a goddamn break.
Criminally undercaffeinated right now, but I also need gas, and I don't want to talk about it. Normally, I don't have to pay for it when I'm getting fucked.
Trump is taking all of Iran's oil in the next 5 days, and this is how you're going to make millions off of it. Insiders know this whole war has been nothing but about oil, as it's always been. Which is why oil is absolutely skyrocketing, hitting $91 a barrel today. Speaking of insiders, that is exactly why Baron Trump bought $30 million worth of oil 2 days before this war started. It was just released this morning that Baron T.Sol, aka Baron Trump, now holds over $24,000 worth of Trump oil reserve. The ticker oil, that's a USD1 pair on Solana, and if you didn't know, USD1 is World Liberty Fi. For even more proof, the wallet that funded the Baron T.Sol wallet was a wallet that holds $47 million worth of USD1. Trump just also passed this order to tokenize 200 million barrels of oil. Specifically with this token oil, Trump's oil reserve, only fractions of a penny right now. If you were to put just $1,000 into this project right now, you more than likely are going to have $100,000 or more in about 5 days from now. Nothing but bullish on oil, and the fact that normies have not caught on that the Trump family is behind this tells me that this chart is going to be above $100 million very, very soon.
6% of the global supply of oil has just been cut. This is terrible news for gas prices and a direct result of Donald Trump's pointless war with Iran. According to market sources, this information appeared in analytical reports from leading agencies. This production cut extends to all Gulf countries, even as Saudi Arabia and the UAE increased their exports via alternative routes, bypassing the Strait of Hormuz. They've been trying to ship through the Red Sea instead. However, according to a source familiar with the matter, inventories are still rising in the region. So now, producers are having to reduce output to delay the moment of a full shutdown. 6% of the global supply of oil is now gone because of Donald Trump. And if you combine that with the 20 million barrels already offline from the strait being closed, the global oil market is now facing the most severe supply shock in modern history. Meanwhile, after Donald Trump said this war is almost over yesterday, this morning, Pete Hegseth said today will be our most intense day of strikes inside of Iran. Then he decided to conclude this speech by quoting the Bible, because I guess there's nothing more Christ-like than taking the lives of hundreds of innocent children and civilians.
Here we are in Clearwater, Florida, getting gas, and it's $3.52 a gallon. Here we are at 7-Eleven. It's $3.52, and across the street at the Mobile, it's $3.49. So
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.